Newcastle United are Carabao Cup champions! Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to another video. Today's video is the instant match reaction to Newcastle United beating Liverpool by 2-1 at Wembley, in which the first piece of silverware of the season was decided. Newcastle are your Carabao Cup / League Cup champions, winning their first domestic cup for the first time since 1995. And boy, were they deserving of such a tremendous victory. Congratulations to Eddie Howe's men. Newcastle were brilliant. They were so deserving of that victory. And Liverpool, rightfully so, leave Wembley and go back up to Liverpool empty-handed after what was a truly abysmal and shocking performance. We're going to get straight into it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And of course, get involved in the conversation. Let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling down in that comment section. First and foremost, I just want to say congratulations to Newcastle. Congratulations to Newcastle. They were absolutely brilliant. There's no salt. There's no sarcasm. There's nothing other than being genuine and legitimate. Newcastle were brilliant. From the first whistle right the way through to the last. They had a game plan that they stuck to throughout the game. They carried it out to perfection. They executed it perfectly. In all areas, they just were better than us. They outclassed us. They won that game with ease. Honestly, 2-1 to Liverpool is a scoreline that completely flatters Liverpool. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter because obviously it's a cup final. So as long as you win, you win. But honestly, the scoreline flattered Liverpool so much because we didn't deserve anything from that, and we're not getting anything. A runners-up medal to me is worthless. It's nothing. And that's exactly how it played out. Newcastle were brilliant from front to back, from back to front. They were absolutely outstanding. The goalkeeper was solid. The defense was well drilled. They were absolutely immense. They barely gave Liverpool anything. They were strong throughout the course of 90 minutes. They were smart throughout the course of 90 minutes. They were outstanding. The midfield was so disciplined, so tenacious, just so physical in there as well. They outclassed Liverpool in all areas. And of course, the attacking lineup. The attack of Newcastle was just relentless throughout. And Alexander Isak with an ice-cold finish to really put the game to bed, in my opinion, at 2-0. It really, really was. Dan Burns scores a towering header from a set piece. Fantastic goal by him. Alexander Isak scores another fantastic goal to double Newcastle's lead. And although Federico Chiesa grabs a goal back and halves the deficit in injury time to set up a potential interesting and exciting finale, Newcastle regrouped and they just set back up and they just said, right, waste as much time as you can. And that's exactly what they did. Running it into the corner flags, playing for throw-ins and corners and the like. And Liverpool just did not have an answer to Newcastle at all during that game. Even when they threw caution to the wind and pretty much threw on all their attacking substitutions, Liverpool had nothing. Had absolutely nothing. And fair play and credit to Newcastle. They were deserved champions. They were deserved winners. And everything that they did today was a true definition of champion, in my personal opinion. Newcastle were brilliant. Liverpool not so much. And it is even more of a kick in the teeth because of obviously what's happened this week. We haven't had too many weeks like this, admittedly, this season. But it's been a hard week to take. Getting knocked out of the Champions League and then losing a cup final today. It has been a difficult week for Liverpool. Yes, we do have the Premier League to hopefully fall back on. Fingers crossed we get over the line in that. Fingers crossed that we do get over the line in winning the Premier League title. But I said on Wednesday in my match reaction to the PSG game, this week has really exposed the problems in terms of depth and quality that Liverpool have right now. It really has exposed that, and we'll get onto that a little bit more in the video, but we're going to get onto the game first and foremost. The way Liverpool set up was just strange to me. We kept on going long. We had Diogo Jota up front, going long against Dan Burn. Every time we went long, who was going to win a header? 6'5", absolute giant in Dan Burn, or little Diogo Jota? Of course the giant's going to win. And that was telling. And that was telling in the set pieces that we conceded. Because before they scored, Newcastle had about 4 or 5 set pieces, corners, that each and every single time were going to Dan Burn, who was being marked by, of all people, Alexis McAllister. Have you seen the old school wrestling meme of little Rey Mysterio standing up to the Great Khali, who was like 8 foot tall? That's exactly what it was like. Who in their right mind at Liverpool decided that that was a good idea? Who in their right mind looks at 6'5" or 6'4" Van Dijk? Who looks at 6'5" absolute like unit in Ibrahima Konate, and then looks at like 5'10" Alexis McAllister or whatever he is, and goes, yeah, against that 6'5" giant that Newcastle have, we're gonna go with the little guy rather than the 2 big men. Who in their right mind okayed that idea? What was going through their minds? Because 4 corners happened, and each and every single time the delivery was right perfect onto Dan Burns' head. And we were very fortunate that we weren't 1-0 down already, or even worse. And then right on a stroke of half time, perfect delivery in, Dan Burn, header, 1-0. Perfectly into the corner. Alexis McAllister, nowhere to be seen. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. The approach play was poor. That was poor. We only had 1 attempt in the entirety of the first half. That was from Jota, who just skewed his shot wide. That was our only attempt on goal. And then in the second half, okay, we had about a few minutes where I thought, okay, we're actually starting to string some passes together. And we're actually starting to move up the pitch a little bit more. We're showing a bit more intensity. And then instantly we go behind. And that was after a goal got ruled out rather fortuitously, because Bruno Guimaraes was judged to be in an offside position, seemingly obscuring Kieran Kelleher. Alexander Isak scored, but Guimaraes was given as offside. Isak definitely wasn't offside. I thought he was in a build-up. On replay, it showed he wasn't. We got fortuitous there. Didn't really matter though, as mere seconds, maybe a minute or 2 later, Isak goes on and scores anyway. We don't stop the cross. They work the ball brilliantly down the left-hand side. Cross goes in. Andy Robertson, surprise, surprise, gets beaten in the air by, of all people, Jacob Murphy. And Jacob Murphy nods the ball down to Alexander Isak, and Isak sweeps the ball into the back of the net. Brilliant from Isak. Shocking defending once again by Liverpool. 1, not winning the header. 2, not stopping the cross. 3, not picking up Isak in the box. 3 moments right there. Just shocking. Just absolutely shocking from start to finish. Liverpool then throw caution to the wind. We basically throw on Jones, we throw on Elliott, we throw on Nunes, we throw on Gakpo, throw on Chiesa. We throw on all of our attacking threats, and we get a bit more joy, but by then the game is already won. Newcastle are handling it pretty well. One moment, Chiesa manages to break through. Brilliant pass. I believe it was from Harvey Elliott, I think. I could be wrong. I think it was Elliott. I can't actually remember now off the top of my head. I was that fuming after the game. Ball gets played through. Chiesa does really well, and it's a very good finish from the Italian, in all honesty. We survive a bit of a VAR check for potential offside. We get the goal. We halve the deficit. It sets up a potential exciting finale, but Newcastle go, right, we know what to do from here. Run down the clock as much as you can. get the job done and out of the way, and we are champions. And that is exactly what they did. And they were rightfully deserving of the title of champion from this game. But like I say, our approach play was poor. Newcastle's game plan worked to perfection. They picked us off. They were absolutely outstanding from start to finish. I'm honestly annoyed. I'm annoyed and frustrated again. The second time this week, I'm annoyed and I'm frustrated by what I have witnessed from my club. And it just shows you that the squad overall has got its flaws, has got its weaknesses. And it's an enhancement on what Slot has done this season to protect and hide and masquerade those weaknesses for so long. But we all knew, if you've been watching Liverpool all season, we all knew that they were somewhat there. We always knew that they were festering in the background. We all knew that several of these players are not good enough. They'll be good in moments. They'll be good uses in certain games and situations and scenarios. But as far as a consistent level goes, as far as standing up when it matters most goes, not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Like I said, the only people that I think can hold their heads up high today are some of the subs. I think Harvey Elliott was very good when he came on. Played some really good passes in. Always looked to get on the ball. Didn't shy away from where he was. Just got on the ball and made a few things happen. He was really, really good. I thought Curtis Jones injected a bit of energy and a bit of urgency into the team as well. I thought he did okay. Chiesa takes his goal really well. Other than that, and maybe with the exception of maybe Kelleher, who I don't think could have done anything about the 2 goals. It made a very good save from Isak to stop it from going 3-0. Other than those 3 and Kelleher, if I was to do a match reaction on this, everybody would be getting a 0 as far as what I'm concerned. Because it wasn't good enough. It was shocking. It was absolutely appalling. Diabolical. Absolutely diabolical from start to finish. From start to finish. Just not good enough. Just really, really, really not good enough. And a lot of that was down to how well Newcastle played and fair play. But at the same time, they absolutely bullied us. Absolutely bullied us. They outmuscled us. They outthought us. Everything. Outclassed us completely. And it's not good enough at all. Absolutely 100% not good enough. And like I say, in a week in which we lose to PSG, we get knocked out of the Champions League, then we lose a cup final, this is even more bitter than it normally would have been. This is exposed. This week has purely exposed the lack of quality in this team. If Mo Salah isn't firing on all cylinders, nobody else really steps up. Cody Gakpo's injury has come at a very unfortunate time. Trent Alexander-Arnold's injury obviously came at an unfortunate time. But those aren't excuses. Because no one else steps up. Diaz doesn't. Jota doesn't. Nunez doesn't grab the game by the scruff of the neck from coming off the bench. No one does. Our midfield was being ran through. Hot knife through butter settings. Ryan Gravenberch has played so many minutes. You can tell today he was letting the game bypass him because he was just shattered. But why is he playing so many minutes? Because our squad isn't deep enough to cover for him. Soboslai, the game passed him by as well for most of today. Same with a lot of other players. Our fullback situation is dreadful right now. Our left back, it doesn't matter which left back you put on that pitch, not good enough. I know we had to do with a makeshift right back today, and I don't think Kwanzaa actually performed too badly, but not good enough. It exposes in certain areas where we lack quality, where we lack depth, and in certain cases, it exposes either one of them or both. And for those of you saying that I've not actually talked about this when we actually win games, I have. When we've won games, I've talked about certain times that our squad has looked thin. I've talked about certain times where our squad doesn't look like it's good enough in certain areas or with certain amounts of quality. I've talked about how the club didn't do enough in the summer transfer window, didn't do enough in the winter transfer window. And probably in several other videos that I've done between then and now, I've talked about how the club hasn't done enough, how the club needs to do more, how the club needs to sort out these contract situations which are going all around our heads right now, which are all up in the air and all in the unknown. Talked about all this stuff. Mentioned it. It doesn't help. And whilst I can sit here and I can criticise maybe the way that Arne Slot got it wrong, maybe I can criticise some personnel changes, maybe I can say that maybe Jota shouldn't have started, Diaz shouldn't have started, maybe even Harvey Elliott should have started this game. I can criticise certain things from Arne Slot. But for most of this season, he has been hiding and papering over the cracks of this squad. And he's done a brilliant job in hiding those weaknesses and sometimes even turning them into strengths in certain games. But there's only so far he can go. There's only so much paper he has to cover those cracks. Eventually they will show. And that's why we've got a massive, massive transfer window that is on the horizon. That is why we have got a lot of these players that we need to get rid of. The two left backs can go. The winger, the left wing position, Luis Diaz, he can go. Jota can go. Nunes can go. That's 5 right off the bat. That is 5 right off the bat that can go. And that is the majority of our front line, by the way. There are a couple of ones that maybe you can debate. There are a couple of ones that maybe you can consider. But those 5 are definitely, in my opinion, ones that should and probably will be out of the door this summer. This week has definitely highlighted those problems for me. And we shall see how it goes going forward. But no, it's disappointing. It's a kick in the teeth. In some aspects, you know, if we go on and we secure the league now, it might not matter too much in the long run. This defeat, and obviously, you know, Newcastle, like I say, 100% deserved to win today. If we secure the Premier League, it might not matter too much. But at the same time, those players did not turn up today. Those players absolutely did not turn up today. And it's not good enough. It's absolutely 100% not good enough. But fair play to Newcastle. Look, absolutely deserving League Cup champions. Congratulations to Eddie Howe. Congratulations to his side. I thought Joe Linton was absolutely brilliant in that midfield today. Ironically, his most disciplined performance I think I've ever seen. And of course, he had to save it for a cup final against Liverpool. Yeah, just ironic, isn't it? Just so ironic. His most disciplined performance against us. But no, I thought everyone in a black and white shirt today was brilliant. The fans were brilliant. They turned up in their numbers. They gave them so much energy from what they were providing in the stands. And the Newcastle players just fed off of that energy. It was absolutely brilliant to see. I mean, I say it's brilliant to see. Obviously, from a Liverpool fan, it's not brilliant to see. But at the same time, I can at least take my Liverpool hat off and be neutral to the occasion, I guess. Yeah, fully deserved. Fully deserved from Newcastle. Congratulations to them. And congratulations to Eddie Howe and his side. But look, there's just all the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever I have to say from this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Liverpool versus Newcastle in the Carabao Cup Final, in which Newcastle were the victors, triumphing over Liverpool to win their first domestic cup since 1995. A fantastic achievement by Newcastle. I believe this is their first League Cup that they've actually won in their history. So congratulations to Eddie Howe's men. I want to know what you guys think, though. Let me know what you guys have to say on this. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading down below in that comment section. So please do use and abuse that section, people, at your will. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. All of that stuff. I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading as well. Thank you all, guys, for that. Thank you all for your continued or brand new support to the channel. It's very much appreciated. And as always, I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. I'll see you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Once again, congratulations to Newcastle. But Liverpool, sort it out. Please. Please just sort it out. I'm begging you.